Max has left the building, like Elvis. I wonder if Elvis ever did leave the building. Did we ever get to the bottom of that? Should we talk about this thing then? I tell you what. Let's. What we're going to talk about today is the Mazzer Omega hand grinder, because it's just been. It was recently announced. Kind of like all these things over COVID. It was kind of announced, and then it was unannounced because no one could ship anything, and then they re-announced it, and they kind of relaunched it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I heard about it, and I think I saw it at the Host Milano, and I thought, Mazzer, yeah. I don't know if you had any experience with Mazzer, but my experience at the shop wasn't great. We had a Mazzer Super Jolly. I think it was the Super Jolly. I'm pretty sure something. It wasn't jolly. That's all I can say. I wasn't jolly using it because it uses the stabby thing. What do you call that? Like it's like a little pin. You have to put in a little to pull the wheel around.
Yeah.
It was like the worst design ever. I don't understand it. And when I was down at Peaberry Coffee, they had one, and I said, "Oh, do you like that thing? Because that pin, you have to take it out, you lose it, and then you put it." She goes, "No, I hate it. I hate it." Everybody I know who's had one of those things has hated it. They go, "Great burr sets, great grinder, but that collar for adjusting the grind set is a nightmare."
Nowadays they have stepless infinite screw that you can adjust, so you don't.
Yeah, I'm sure they've improved it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've improved it. Actually, they've come out with some really amazing looking commercial grinders.
Consider that when that grinder was made for bars and places where set and forget.
Yeah, and you'd set it, and then you take the thing out, and then only the manager would have it, so you couldn't mess with it. Exactly. I'm sure that's the reason why, but
precisely.
Yeah. So when they came out and said we've got a hand grinder, I was like, what? Because I wasn't expecting that, and also their home grinders have not had the best reputation. They've not really, stolen the market on the home grinder front. A lot of people who, people don't like.
The Mazzer Jolly is actually very common. It's one of the most common modified ones, and actually they started modifying their own ones. So they put the funnels, and they become doserless. Anyway, long story short, they decided to launch the hand grinder, which is brilliant. Great thing to do.
Yeah, and here's the thing: what shocked me was it looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Why would it shock you? They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing in their designing.
They've made a comeback. I'm calling it a comeback. I don't think. I think they do know what they're doing, except that they kind of, I think they sat back on their laurels for a little bit, or something happened where they just didn't. They didn't really push the envelope.
Have a product that works. Why do you want to change it? So
because everybody else is improving.
Yeah. Well, this one is interesting for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's stainless steel, because being such a big company, they can actually do things in stainless steel properly. And that is something that I would go for straight away in a heartbeat.
Right.
Because the one thing I don't like of the 1Z Presso is that it's aluminum. Kind of.
This does have some aluminum on it. It's not all stainless steel.
Yes,
the stainless steel's there for a reason.
I looked at it and it looks solid. It looks proper, chunky. I absolutely love the way that they've done the adjustment at the top, which is very similar to the ones that Presso I have, which is brilliant. I adore that, because let's face it, the Comandante, it's silly. You have to open it, the bottom and the side, the clicks and things, and you have no idea where you're standing. These other ones you have at the top, you have a number. You have to zero your grinder every time you clean it, but anyway, once you zeroed it, you can decide where you are, and you can actually tell where you are. So if I'm making a pour over in the morning and in the afternoon I want an espresso, I can actually change between them.
Can I just say that one of the best things about this? All right, let's move on, and I won't say it. Please write to me a letter, a self-addressed envelope, and I will write back to you with what I was going to say. Does anybody do that anymore? The self-addressed envelope? Please send a self-addressed. Oh, okay. I was going to say that actually the best thing about this grinder for me, the thing that really stood out to me was that you don't have to re-zero it. It's apparently, once you've adjusted it, you can take it out, clean it, pull it apart. I've seen this being done. I haven't seen whether it's still calibrated or not, but
I
pull
would
it
love
apart,
that.
clean it, and put it back together again. Apparently, it has not lost its calibration.
That would be amazing.
Game changer.
Yeah, that would be fantastic, and it's something that it would make your life much easier, because one of the big pain points in the grinder I have is that you have to re-zero it.
Yeah.
It's not a difficult thing, but it's a faff.
Well, you lose coffee as well. I cry every time I lose some beans. I shed a tear.
Why do you lose coffee?
Well, because I always end up having to change the thing. So I'm putting some beans through, and I'm like, no, that's not right. Make a coffee, and I'll make it a bit coarser.
No, you can re-zero it. The at least the one I have, the JX Pro. I have no flipping idea which one I have. Anyway, the one I have, you can actually re-zero it at the right number, and you're pretty much bang on. And you know that you're off of 1 or 2 clicks before once you put it back together.
Yeah, so you still got to do 1 or 2 clicks. You've got to work it out.
Yeah, but I know that for example, for espresso, I grind at 3 plus 3 clicks. If I'm off of 2 clicks, it's going to be of minus 2 clicks. I'm going to grind again for espresso at 3 plus 1 click instead of 3.
I know, but you've lost a coffee in the meantime. That's what I'm saying. So
No, I haven't, because when you read 0, you know where your 0 is.
Oh, okay. So you're saying, well, maybe I'm probably doing it wrong. Anyway, I love the fact that it maintains that. And
yeah, that is brilliant.
Yeah. So what else do you like? Tell me what you like and what you don't like?
I like the shape. I like the fact that it's stainless steel. I like the fact that it's Mazzer. So I would expect a high-end product. I like the price.
Don't get it. That's the
okay, what you said, because the price is very interesting.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, because I haven't seen enough for me to make a decision or make an informed comment about it. The things I do not like are the fact that when they were presenting it in the video that you showed me, they did something dodgy, something fishy. Now, I do look at magicians and sleight of hand things. So
when they go look at this over here and they're doing something over there?
No, stuff like that. I do like it. So I do have a keen eye for that. One thing that I did not like is that when the guy finished grinding everything, they undid the bottom, and then the guy put the top away very flat and put it away on the table.
Wow.
I want to see what's underneath. I want to see the retention in that, because you know what? I normally spend about 30 seconds every morning scraping off all the grounds from that into my coffee, because that is retention anyway.
About 1 gram. I only get about 1 gram from my hand grinder. What do you get?
I don't know. I never measured it, to be honest. I normally I need coffee to function, and that requires me to function. So I had my coffee by the time I can do that. And another thing I do not like is.
Oh, I'm just going to start recording.
What?
Look, the worst case scenario is, we should be on the cloud. The worst case scenario is we'll get half the podcast.
Yeah. We're going to have just a cast, not a podcast. And the other thing I did not like is the carbon fiber handle. That's
interesting, isn't it?
Silly idea. It's a royally stupid idea, because
I don't
know.
Carbon
fiber, as carbon Kevlar, is brittle, and you're putting it at a stress point with steel in there. You're not using it in the way that is the most strong, because it doesn't work like that very much. It's actually going to be like a spring. It's going to work like a spring, and you don't want a spring there, because you're going to grind with it.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. When you finish, I'll play.
And that thing comes off, which is great, because it comes off and it's actually very clean the way it comes off. Then you're going to have to store it next to your grinder. Let's say I take my grinder with me, I put it in a bag, put the grinder in there, take my bag, grinder and the handle bash together all the time. I'm going to have a crack in the handle, that I'm gonna start using my grinder. It's going to snap, and I'm going to curse a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play devil's advocate a bit. I actually agree with some of what you said, but I'm going to play devil's advocate because I think we need to present a balanced argument here. I don't know why we never do, but just to make a change, it's Christmas. I feel charitable. But before I do, we have a winner, Max. Does anyone love a winner? Everyone loves a winner.
Sure. Did I win?
No, it's not you, Max. The winner's David Rickenback. Assuming, David, that you're in the UK. Yeah. Assuming you're in the UK, you are a winner. I mean, you may be a winner anyway. In fact, if you're part of the UK education system, you know that we're not allowed to have losers in the education system anymore. No one's a loser. We're all winners. That's what happened when my kids were at races, school events. But you are a winner in a new dimension, which is that you've won our kilo of beans. I'm basically buying time because I can't remember what beans we were selling or giving away. What beans was it again, Max?
The coffee beans.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Max. It was coffee beans. Yeah. So it was the Peaberry. Oh, yeah, the Masenga, the Burundi. Oh, actually, I got news on that as well. So we're giving away a kilo of Burundi Masengi, but it's too late to enter because this fella's already won it. What's the fella's name again? David Rickenback, you're a winner. You've won a kilo of Burundi. Assuming that you're in the UK, I'll be emailing you at some point and getting your address and then shipping it off to you. So happy Christmas, my friend. You're going to love those beans because they are actually freaking amazing. I really love that Masenga coffee from Burundi. And also it's from Burundi. You kind of feel a bit exotic, don't you, at Christmas time, drinking coffee from Burundi. You want to know something, Max? You want to know something interesting?
Probably.
Yeah, of course you do. I've done a deal. Done a deal for our viewers with Peaberry. So on our site, but what I'll do is I'll actually put there's a coupon code that will be below. Not now because I can't work out the YouTube live thing, but on the actual thing later on. If you go to our published YouTube video or to the website, you'll see a banner on the right-hand side to get a 10% discount off of anything, basically any coffees that you order from Peaberry. That includes you, Max, and me. So, I mean, I used to pay full price, but I don't think Gerald's really cottoned onto the fact that I'm going to use a discount too. So in fair disclosure, we make a little money out of that as well, but we've done a deal where we make a little bit and then we get 10% for our viewers and listeners and everybody else. And so knock yourself out because he has got an amazing range of coffees. Really, I think some of the best in the country. Mm-hmm. And we've tried a lot, haven't we? We've gone through a lot. Yes. If you're not sure of that, go back and look at our first 100 episodes or whatever, and it's just us drinking coffee. So yeah. So go make use of that. I think if you want to know the code, I think it's like, you know what? I'll tell you. I'll go to our website and tell you what our code is.
Wow.
I should know. I could remember it. It's BT-DEC. So if you add BT for Bar Talks, BT-DEC for December, you'll get 10% off your order of coffee, Peaberry.
Wow.
So do that. So carbon fiber, I'm just going to pick up on what you said, because there were two things about the grinder that made me think, ooh. The first was the price. I was a bit nervous about the price.
Yeah,
but we'll come on to that later. The second was they talk about it being travel friendly and you can take the handle off, and it's because it's magnetic. It uses, is it neodymium magnets? What is that?
Neodymium magnets. Yeah, they're very strong magnets. Very good. It's a very.
Are they strong? Idea. Are they okay? That's good to know.
Extra strong, extremely strong. They're actually almost dangerous if they're big enough.
Okay, right, fantastic. Oh, that's good to know but here's the thing. Like if you've ever used one of those tablet computers, we have a tablet with a pen on the side, and they say it's fantastic.
With neodymium, that doesn't happen.
I'm going to update my article because we wrote an article about it on the Bar Talks website. And that was one of the things I said was a bit concerning, was because it always just, you put them in your bag and then the thing drops off and then you lose it eventually.
Not with neodymium magnet. If you put it on the fridge, it's going to stick to the fridge, and also
you'll never get it off.
All of your cutlery is going to go on the fridge.
Okay. Wow.
They're really
I want one now. I don't even know what it's going to do for me.
They're really strong magnets. Don't mess with them. You can
really,
actually demagnetize credit cards with those. Because normally magnets don't work for that. You can do it with neodymium.
Okay. Well,
so they're very powerful magnets.
Okay.
Obviously,
Well,
depends on the size.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think that's part of the reason they chose some stainless steel to be in there as well, and some stainless steel to be in there as well, so that it's not going to stick to aluminium.
Yes, but stainless steel, it depends on the percentage of carbon you have. It might not stick.
They actually covered this, and they said it is a stainless steel that is meant for the magnet.
Right.
So obviously this thing, let me just turn that off. Excuse me, very unprofessional. And so there was that side of it. So like you can take the handle off, you can slap it to the side. It just makes it a very low profile and easy to carry around. One of the things that annoys me about my hand grinder, forget about traveling, just on the table, is that top bit just whirls around. And you knock it, so you knock it over, or it's just whirling around and being in the way. So the idea that you can take it off and just snap it on the side, put it away somewhere. Actually, I really like that. A little bit worried about the magnetic sticking, but apparently it's not an issue, so that's fantastic. About the carbon fiber, though, so anybody who cycles, and I know I don't look like it, but I do actually cycle, knows about carbon fiber, and so studies carbon fiber, and because if you're into cycling, you have to do all of that. And the way carbon fiber is laid out, like it doesn't come out of a tube. You don't squeeze a bunch of carbon fiber out and make something.
It's a cloth.
It's a cloth, and you wrap things, and it, depending upon the way, I don't know, atoms or whatever are facing, you create tensile strength in different directions and different levels of tensile strength. It's very light, but when you put this glue, it's not a glue, it's like a composite type thing with the cloth. Yeah, an epoxy resin with the cloth in a particular way and direction, you can make an incredibly strong and light and vibration absorbing material. But you are right about carbon fiber. It cracks, it falls apart. So the trade-off on a bicycle is if you crash it, like an aluminium bike, you pick it up and you keep going. On a carbon fiber bike, there's a much higher chance that you're going to get a crack in the frame. Yeah, and then it's all over.
If you crash it, you pick it up and you throw it in the bin.
No, it's not always, but it's much more likely to.
Particularly like the idea of having something that is very springy, because carbon fiber tubes are springy, very springy. You can make it very hard, obviously, but then it flex.
It depends on the way you've made it. Again, on a bicycle,
you can make all sorts of things and all sorts of shapes, and I agree with you on that. But that's a bar; it's a round bar, so it will be springy to a point, to an extent, and that means that when you're grinding, you're actually generating momentum, elastic momentum. So I don't know. It doesn't feel right in my head. I would want to try it.
I think we have to try it. We'll have to try it and see.
I would really like to have also the option. Do you want the carbon fiber or do you want steel bar?
I want the carbon fiber because I want all the toys and bells and whistles, and I want to see how it works. Yeah. But having said that, the next thing I really like. So we talked about the grind settings. Have we talked about grind settings? Talked about putting it back together and not having to adjust the grind settings. It is stepped grind. The click feel. They've actually talked about how important they've made that feel of the click. So if you're into is it horology, horology, whatever it is, the watch
horoscopy or horoscopy?
No. If you're into watches, if you talk about, I was into watches for a while, and you go one of the things is the dials. If you're into diving watches, the click. That's what they all talk about. Is how does the click feel when you turn it? Is it too stiff? Is it not stiff enough? Is it a satisfying feel? And I think they've taken something away from it. They talk about the satisfying feel of the clicks, and I was listening and watching them do it, and it actually did look good. It did look a bit impulsive.
Ratchet.
Yeah, anyway, it looked nice. So
just a ratchet.
No, it's not. It's better than that. And So that looked really nice. Attention to detail, engravings showing which is the very simple kind of iconography that shows with bigger arrows and smaller arrows which way to turn it, which is going to make it finer or coarser, which is great for me because it took me about 6 months to memorize my hand grinder settings. I didn't use it all the time, and I would always just forget and then try to remember again. Then I was like, clockwise is fine. That's what I know. Clockwise is fine. Clockwise is fine. And then I'd be like, wait, but is it my hand turn clockwise or did the thing go clock? And then I could never remember. I was kind of, I don't know. So they got little pictures for idiots like me that make it really simple, which is, I know it's a little thing, but I appreciate that. I really like that. And then here's the thing. So a lot of these, it's a conical burr grinder, obviously, but here, a lot of those hand grinders, they get the burrs off the shelf from some other company, don't they? I'm pretty sure I looked it up, and there's some manufacturer somewhere that you just buy the burrs from.
Often, yes.
And Mazzer makes their own. So they've made their own burrs to go with this, and you've got two. At this moment, you've got two types of burrs that you can opt for. One is a smooth burr, and one is a fast burr. So if you're a naturally endowed, muscular, athletic person like myself, who needs to prove his, testosterone masculinity to the world, you'll get the fast burrs. And then you take a lot of satisfaction when you give it to someone else to try that they can't turn the handle. If, however, you're a complete wimp, I probably will buy this one actually. You get the smooth burrs, and I was watching the guy do it, and he was no effort at all.
But just then, what's the difference in the grind between them?
Well, apparently nothing, but who knows? We'll have to see.
If it's nothing, why don't they put the smooth ones? Why don't they put the?
Well, because I think it's a gearing thing. Surely it's got to be it can't be a gearing thing, but it's got to be something like a gearing thing where it's don't know.
Do they grind both on the same range? Do they both grind to an espresso range, or?
Yeah, they both grind to an espresso range. In fact, they grind beyond espresso. They grind Turkish. They grind Turkish to filter. How's that? How'd you like them apples?
Well, that's what you can normally do with good hand grinders. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. So, but the price, I was worried this thing's going to come in.
Yeah, because
over 300
custom
euros
stuff in there. So that's a design that nobody has.
Yep.
They came up they started from scratch.
They started from scratch.
Their own birds.
Yep.
They've put carbon fiber in it because they're just mental. So I thought, wow, this is going to cost like 500 euros or something.
I was thinking 300 to 500 euros.
Yeah. And instead,
you tell it, Max. Say what it is.
270.
270
I need
euros.
One.
I know. It looks great. I actually want to eBay my JX Pro and get one. Apparently, they're going to be available sometime this month.
Christmas.
Well, I'm just saying it in case, I don't know, you were wondering what to buy me. I'll just put it out there.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I'll take note of it in my book.
Wait, Max, you haven't written that down. You're just pretending. You better write that down, and you'll forget. It's. Can I get the one with the soft burrs?
The one with the software.
Yeah, the soft things, because
the soft.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah. I just think it'll be more satisfying. I don't mind turning a few more rotations to
more rotations.
Yeah. Max really isn't
definitely
listening. He's not writing it down.
You can count on it. You can totally count on it.
So listen, my friend, we're going to wrap this up, and it was I don't know if it was brief or not. I don't know. I spent a long time trying to, get it working, but we're going to be back in the new year.
Yeah,
I might be back before then because I'm a bit of a egotistical person who likes to be in front of the camera. No, I've got some things actually I want to do. I'm hoping to get a friend over. The guy I used to run the cafe with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping. I was with him last weekend, and he's like, and I'm trying to convince him.
Can you smell things?
Why? What?
Just checking.
What would? I had no idea that reference. Coffee.
COVID.
Oh, no, I can smell everything. Oh wait. Yeah, no, I don't have COVID. I've been jabbed up. I'm all jabbed up. But no, he was. We had the cafe together, and he actually got me started in coffee. We had a great time. I thought I might do some reminiscing with him on a podcast about what it's like to start a cafe. Some people might like that. So we might get that squeezed in either before or just after Christmas. But then we'll be back, baby, like the Terminator, sometime in January, after we've digested our turkey. Spend a bit of time with the family. Yeah. Well, you've got friends and family. I'll just watch TV. So I'll watch other people's friends and family.
That's good too.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Max. It's been a wonderful year.
Worries.
I really appreciate all of your input and being on this show. It really wouldn't be the same without you. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful Christmas. Give my best to the family there, and we'll be in touch. And I'll see you in the new year.
All right.